What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports, back again with another one. Anthony Joshua, who's finalized an agreement to take on Jake Paul in December in Miami, Florida. Either him or his team are insisting on an 8-round fight. Now, Jake Paul, who was supposed to take on Tank Davis, that was going to be a 10-round exhibition fight. This fight with Anthony Joshua is either going to be an exhibition or a real fight. I'm hearing that they want it to be a real fight, that being Jake Paul and his team. They want the fight to be a real fight, and they want the fight to be a 10-round fight, just like his fight with Tank Davis was scheduled for 10 rounds. Anthony Joshua's promoter, Eddie Hearn, the Puff Daddy of boxing promoters, always in the video was on Talk Sports and saying that the fight with Jake Paul would be an 8-round fight, that Anthony Joshua was already in line to do an 8-round undercard fight at the end of the year anyway. So this fight came across the table, and they're looking to make the fight. It's a fight that's going to generate tons of money, tons of eyeballs, tons of attention, and Anthony Joshua would definitely make a killing on this fight. But from what I'm hearing, they looking for it to be an 8-round fight, and Jake Paul wants the fight to be a 10-round fight. Now, Eddie Hearn has already said that once the fight is made and when they do fight, that Anthony Joshua will knock out Jake Paul in the first round. It will be a devastating highlight reel KO, according to Eddie Hearn. So why is you sitting here insisting on the fight being an 8-round fight? You're going to knock the guy out in the first round, so what does it matter if it's an 8-round or 10-round fight? It should be a 10-round fight, man. 8-round fight, that's for prospects. That's for guys that's building their careers, building their records. You know, Jake Paul's at a certain point where he's been fighting 10-round fights. I think in his last, several fights. He fought Chavez. That was a 10-round fight. Mike Tyson fight was an exhibition. That was an 8-round fight. But I believe wasn't the Tommy Fury fight a 10-round fight? Or was that an 8-round fight? I don't know. But what I'm saying is his fight with Tank Davis was scheduled for 10 rounds. Jake Paul is trying to do the same with AJ. AJ promoter Eddie Hearn said this is a mismatch, and he's going to knock out Jake Paul in devastating fashion and get him out of boxing. So if that is the case, and you really truly believe that, what's the difference between 8 rounds and 10 rounds? It ain't going 8 rounds. It ain't going 7. It ain't going 6. It ain't going 5. It ain't going 4. It ain't going 3. Maybe it goes 2, but it definitely ain't going past 2. You saying it's going to be over in 1 round. So make the fight happen, a 10-round fight, Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. That should be the fight. Real fight. I heard they trying to move it out of that basketball arena where the Miami Heat play basketball at. They trying to move it over to the stadium where the Miami Dolphins play. They trying to put that fight in a stadium, football stadium. You know, you have more people willing to be there for that fight. That wasn't the case according to several different websites saying that his fight with Tank Davis was not selling at all. It was doing piss poor numbers. I believe that the walk-up would have been good, and it probably would have been maybe at least 75% full. But according to several different websites, that Jake Paul fight was not doing well at the box office. And now a lot of people think that was the main reason why they pulled Tank from the card, not the domestic assault allegations that were brought here recently. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. But Jake Paul is insisting that it be 10 rounds. AJ promoter Eddie Hearn was on Talk Sports saying that the fight, if it go down, will be an 8-round fight. So I think that's what's probably that they're trying to hash out, and they're trying to get all that together, the glove size and all that. But it's definitely, in my opinion, it's going to be a legitimate fight. You got people out here thinking it's going to be staged and it's not going to be a real fight. Going back to the Mike Tyson fight, they said Mike Tyson was pulling his punch and biting on his glove. Mike Tyson was damn near 60 years old, and he just came out of the hospital. He just had a medical condition on an airplane, which ended up, the plane ended up having to land, do emergency landing. He ended up going to the hospital. You know, he wasn't the same after that situation. He probably needed more time to recuperate. Man, you're 60 years old, your body needs more time to recuperate. He wasn't allowed that opportunity. You know, they went on reschedule the fight, and the fight went the way it went. But I don't think this fight is nothing like that fight. I think this is a real fight. AJ gonna go in there and he ain't gonna cut no corners with Jake Paul. He gonna do him like he did Nagano if he can. I think when he knocked out Ngannou in the 3rd round or something like that, it was a highlight reel knockout. He gonna come in there with that same mindset. Now he ain't had the training that he had leading up to the Ngannou fight, but when I'm hearing he just started training, so he won't have the long 8-week training camp. He'll probably get a good 4-5 weeks to prepare for a Jake Paul fight. But your promoter say it's gonna be an easy fight. You're gonna knock the guy out inside 2 rounds, probably the 1st round more than likely. So you don't need to be training no 8 weeks, 12 weeks for that. And you don't need to be trying to insist on an 8-round fight. Make it a 10-round fight. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Just let you know what's going on in the negotiation. The fight, I do believe, is going to get finalized, but they're just trying to hash out details, you know, and hopefully we'll get an announcement here shortly. Follow me on Facebook, Gerard Briscoe. Follow me on TikTok, at JB Sports. New media. Follow me on Twitch at Briscoe MA77071. Follow me on Instagram at JB Sports 9707. Follow me on my YouTube channels at JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend 9656, and at JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend 8000. And like, share, and subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. And I holla.